Expect me, nigga, like you expect Jesus to come back. Expect me, nigga, I'm coming. Expect me, nigga, like you expect Jesus to come back. Expect me, nigga, I'm coming.
So, I don't know, you probably maybe have saw the press conference. Tupac finally came out of hiding.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a car in 50 miles.
You know what I just thought of, right?
Kenny and Darla,
You believe that story?
that they had to go looking for her head.
They only found the car.
They never found her head.
What's he doing?
The hell is that? He dumped something down that pipe.
Wrapped in a sheet.
Nah, don't block my way and don't hit my lawyer. Tupac, you think this is a bum ramp?
You're at a gun show in the US, so why not pick up an autograph from the killer of Trayvon Martin? Sitting quietly in a corner of the exhibition in Orlando, Florida, George Zimmerman signs photos and is ready for a chat, revealing a slice of life for the controversial figure who was acquitted of the murder and manslaughter of the black teenager last year. Apparently making this public appearance as a thank you to the owner of the gun show who supported him throughout the trial. Zimmerman was accused of racially profiling, following and shooting 17-year-old Trayvon in a gated neighborhood as he was returning from a convenience store. He claimed self-defense, and the trial shone a spotlight on Florida's Stand Your Ground law, which allows someone in fear of his or her life to use lethal force, which Zimmerman did. It prompted a series of protests about a law which many view as a license to commit murder, and even led to comment from US President Barack Obama. Since his acquittal, Zimmerman has had several brushes with the law. As well as being stopped twice for speeding, he was questioned by police in September after his estranged wife called authorities saying he'd threatened her with a gun.
Today we met up with George Zimmerman at this gun store, asking him what life has been like since he was acquitted of murder last year.
How come you stayed in Florida? Why didn't you just leave?
I didn't. I went all over the United States. I met great people from here to Texas and even up north.
Do you plan to stay here or do you plan to leave?
I plan to go wherever the wind takes me.
Why not just change your name, wear a hat, disguise yourself, and then live your life the way you want to live your life?
Sure, I do disguise myself. I do wear a hat and sunglasses, etc. But I'll never change my name. I've had so much taken away from me. I'll never let someone take my name away from me. Same reason I won't leave the United States. This is my country, and I won't leave. No one's going to make me leave.
Do you have any remorse?
In which aspect?
In what had happened on February 26th?
Sure, and again, I hate to deflect, but I have to because of the Department of Justice's investigation.
And what happened the night you and your girlfriend were calling 911 on each other?
Again, I can't answer that.
But you seem happy and you're back together again.
I mean, you mean with her? I try to be as happy as I can with everybody, yes.
Zimmerman wouldn't talk about his domestic dispute with his estranged wife, Shelley. He realizes his actions are being closely watched and says he still gets death threats.
What's it been like since the trial for you to try and live a normal life?
I think America can answer that. From what I understand, my speeding ticket was the first internationally publicized speeding ticket. So there's a tremendous amount of interest. There's a tremendous amount of everything I do is hyper scrutinized, and I realize that. So I try to stay out of it.
Zimmerman tells us he's getting treated for post-traumatic stress disorder as he goes from hotel to hotel.
It is a challenge, I can tell you that much.
And what is it that keeps you going?
My faith in God.
He tells us he wants to go back to school one day and get his degree. Zimmerman says he still walks around with a gun for his own safety. He's not sure when the Department of Justice investigation into the shooting of Trayvon Martin will be completed. In Orlando, Valerie, White Fox 35 News.
Jeepers, creepers, where'd you get those peepers? Jeepers, creepers, where'd you get those eyes?
Is this your idea of a little adventure?
I'm just gonna look.
Hello? You know the part in scary movies where somebody does something really stupid and everybody hates them for it? This is it.
Every 23rd spring, for 23 days, it gets to eat.
Eat.
What the hell is that thing?
It's stuck in reverse!
He must have 5, maybe 600 bodies down there.
You've got something it likes, one of you.
You think he's dead?
They never are.
Jeepers Creepers. Expect me, nigga, like you expect Jesus to come back.
They got my friends laughing, you alone.
Expect me, nigga, like you expect Jesus to come back.
They got my friends laughing, you alone.
Expect me, nigga, like you expect Jesus to come back.
They got my friends laughing, you alone. That I refuse to let you go, Lord. Cause Tupac said so. Tonight, it was 5%. Jumping off the cliff, now it's making a lot of sense. You all so seen with all the visions and dreams. You all in the king. And Lord, Tupac was the deed. You all revelations, find salvation. Read the first few paragraphs. I tried to tell some of my closest friends, but you were laughing, yeah. I even tried to tell my mama, she put me in a crazy home and left me to wonder why. It almost made me cry. And why was I watched for 2 days and die? If I die, that will be them. My last trip was been believe that I was destined to be that she I'm seeing it happen right before my eyes. And there's no such thing as fate. Told a lie. Go ahead and abandon me. Leave me with Christianity. Can it be there was some truth in my insanity?
Expect me, nigga, like you expect Jesus to come back.
They got my friends laughing, you alone.
Expect me, nigga, like you expect Jesus to come back.
They got my friends laughing, you alone.
Expect me, nigga, like you expect Jesus to come back.
They got my friends laughing, you alone. That I refuse to let go. It's gonna get it, cause Tupac said so.
Shadow speed runner. Neil.
Dog life, bitch. Going out like that.
Shadow speed runner. Shadow speed runner. Shadow speed runner. Judy. Shadow speed runner.
Dog life, bitch. Going out like that.
Ba-da-ba-doo-da, Jeepers, creepers, where'd you get those peepers? Jeepers, creepers, where'd you get those eyes?
From UFOs to ghosts and psychic powers, history is riddled with unexplained events. You can turn back now and learn the stuff they don't want you to know. Here are the facts. The Black Panther Party for Self-Defense was founded in Oakland, California in 1966 by Huey Newton and Bobby Seale. They originally wanted to protect local residents from police brutality. As the party evolved, its goals expanded. The group called for nationwide changes meant to combat racial inequality in the United States. By the late 1960s, the organization had over 2,000 members. Critics of the party saw the organization as a racist hate group, while supporters agreed with its push for equality, if not its violent methods. The federal government considered the Panthers terrorists. In the FBI's estimation, the Black Panther Party was an extremist group that advocated the use of violence and guerrilla tactics to overthrow the U.S. government. Neutralizing the Panthers and other political dissidents became a #1 priority for the FBI. But how far would the government go to prevent the spread of subversive elements? Would they, in fact, break the law? Here's where it gets crazy. Yes, in 1956, the FBI formed a secret program called COINTELPRO to combat subversive political organizations. This series of secret operations focused on several major groups: Communist, Socialist, the Ku Klux Klan, Black Nationalist, and others. The Panther Party was not originally one of the FBI targets, but by 1968, J. Edgar Hoover considered them the greatest threat to the internal security of the country. By 1969, the Panthers were one of COINTELPRO's primary targets, and the FBI attempted to weaken the group through a number of means. The FBI was primarily concerned that this group might unify with other similar organizations. To prevent this, the FBI engaged in numerous acts of widespread surveillance, wiretapping, mail fraud, extortion, and more. The COINTELPRO operations weren't public until 1971, meaning that for decades these programs functioned without public scrutiny and with virtually no congressional oversight. In 1976, the Select Committee to Study Governmental Operations, better known as the Church Committee, found that the FBI had violated the law in several COINTELPRO operations. While the stated aim of COINTELPRO was to prevent violence, some of the FBI's actions during this time arguably promoted violence between the Black Panthers and rival organizations such as the United Slaves and the Blackstone Rangers. The FBI also worked to prevent prominent party members such as Fred Hampton or Bobby Seale from making public appearances. According to Noam Chomsky, COINTELPRO eventually expanded to include political assassinations. Is there any truth to this claim? To answer this question, we must examine the death of Fred Hampton, who died during an FBI and Chicago police force raid on December 4, 1969. Hampton had a reputation as a remarkable political organizer, and he had the diplomatic skills necessary to unify rival black nationalist movements. Supporters of the Panther Party claimed that Hampton was assassinated, and that the government feared Hampton could become a visible leader unifying the Black Power movement. To this day, the FBI, the Justice Department, and the Chicago Police Force reject any claims of political skullduggery, maintaining that the raid was conducted correctly. In 1971, an activist group called the Citizens Commission to investigate the FBI stole COINTELPRO documents from a field office in Pennsylvania, exposing the project to public scrutiny. In April of the same year, the FBI terminated COINTELPRO. Yet numerous critics of the U.S. government believe that the strategies used in COINTELPRO operations are still in use today. But which strategies, and against whom? For now, that seems to be the stuff they don't want you to know.